welcome to another episode of Formula One Fanatics F1 News. So in this episode, we're going to talk about the Dutch Grand Prix in Zandvoort. Let's jump straight into it. It's a technical track, very technical, front limited. It's going to put a lot of pressure on the front tires. So if you lean on those front tires and get a lot of grip on them, you can do very well. If you're somebody who likes to sit back and rely on rear stability, it's not going to really help you on this track. Doesn't have a lot of straight. It's mostly it's like almost continually just corners, high speed to mid speed corners. Not a lot of slow speed corners. I think there's one what do they call it, hairpin. Other than that, also not a lot of braking zones. So once again, teams like McLaren and Mercedes, especially, which rely on traction, that's not going to be an advantage for them here. Although we know that McLaren is a car that does well on any track. So coming into this race, even though McLaren tends to do better on slow speed tracks, they still do okay on high speed technical tracks. And it doesn't seem like there's any other team other than Red Bull which can challenge them on these types of tracks. But the question is, will Red Bull have balance? If they don't have balance, like they haven't had in the last race in Hungary, then their advantage with their fronty style, especially with Verstappen, is not going to help him here. So I'm going to say, once again, the McLaren 1-2 guys will be 1 and 2 will be fighting for pole position. I don't know who's going to fight for third Q3 or for P3 in qualifying. It's either going to be Mercedes, Red Bull, or Ferrari. Ferrari is going to struggle on this track because it has a lot of undulations, and we know Ferrari has problems with ride height and curbs and things like that. And this is a very bumpy track. I have a feeling they're going to struggle on this because of their plank wear. So they're going to have to raise their height, and it's going to make them lose downforce. Also, because this track is mostly corners, you need to put downforce to the max. So that's going to hurt Ferrari. Now, Mercedes is a pretty stable car, but the question is, do they have enough speed? Fortunately for them, you're not going to have a lot of straight line speed because there's not a lot of straight in this race. So I have a feeling that Mercedes might be able to fight for second best to the McLaren cars, or like I said, Verstappen. The question is, will the Red Bull car have balance? If it has balance, Verstappen should definitely come third in this race because his car is built for this type of race. He likes a lot of front wing or a lot of front sharpness. He likes to take the wing off of the back and not worry about the back and keep the back loose. He doesn't care. But the question is, just how bad is that Red Bull car? If this had been 6 weeks ago, like when they won in where did he win? He won in where's the Japanese Grand Prix again? Suzuka, or somewhere else, like not Abu Dhabi. I forgot the other one that's in Riyadh or somewhere. If this was one of those types of tracks, then definitely I'll say he'll do well because not only is it technical, it's high speed, but the car may have fallen off so much. So what do you think, Kunle? First of all, probably the McLaren guys fighting it for 1-2, and then probably second. I would say second behind them or third behind them would be Verstappen, but only if that Red Bull car is just not totally falling apart. If it has, I'm going to give it to Mercedes. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think on the first two cars, the McLarens, I think it's going to be a straightforward 1-2. Yeah. Ferrari are unpredictable, but given the challenges of the track, even with the challenges of the track, they either do well or calamitously badly, and they generally tend to do well on fast tracks. So it depends on the short-term decisions that they take through the practice sessions and into the qualifiers. It's basically the management of the car. If they get it right, they could get it right by fluke. They can fluke it, and if they do fluke it, I think Leclerc could be challenging for third or fourth position. Mercedes and Red Bull have been dropping off. Mercedes have been dropping off in pace, and Red Bull has dropped off a cliff. They didn't immediately drop off when Horner left, but a couple of races down when Horner left, it seems like it's getting worse fast. It's not looking like it's looking like something's missing in Red Bull. I don't know if Verstappen is going to get out of that bottom half. I don't know if he's going to get higher than fifth anymore this season. I really worry for Red Bull. It's not Verstappen's fault, but I don't think he can get better than fifth in any race this season. So that means the question is the likes of the Aston Martins of this world.
We're going to get to that in a second. The only thing I think is that it'll be mitigated that this is a high-speed track because the Red Bull still tends to be very good, pointy. But like you said, the car's falling off so much that even though it it does well in high speed. It doesn't matter because they have. It seems like they have absolutely no grip and absolutely no balance. So going to what you're saying, 1-2. On this track, I'm going to give the advantage between the McLaren guys to Piastri. Piastri tends to do better on high speed, front limited. Norris tends to do on slow speed, rear limited tracks. And I think, and also technical, because we know that Norris, when he pushes the limit on the MCL 39, it's not about mentality. It's just that he doesn't feel as much front grip as Piastri does. Piastri has a better feel for front grip than Norris. So I'll give the advantage to Norris, but I mean to Piastri, but slightly. What do you think? Yeah. I'm not going by race pace. I'm going by one lap. So I'm assuming that Piastri will win pole position, and because he'll be in the front, he'll have clean air, and also it's very hard to pass on that track. So that's why I have him winning the race and winning qualify. What are your thoughts?
I have Piastri winning because I think he's better at high speed cornering than Norris. I think Norris is better at slow speed cornering. So I think that Norris is going to struggle against Piastri, but I think that car is just so fast that unless Piastri makes a mistake, I don't see him getting. I don't see him getting beaten by Norris. But at the same time, that car is so fast, I don't see anyone beating Norris apart from Piastri. Given Norris's shortcomings, the car is so fast that the only thing blocking Norris from winning this race is his teammate.
So you think Norris is going to beat Piastri?
No, I think Piastri is going to beat Norris. I think that on this track, Piastri has the advantage.
I think he has the advantage.
Like high speed cornering.
Yeah, he doesn't like. But he's done a little bit better with it since they made some adjustments. Yeah. All right. But we'll see. I think we both agree that Piastri will win. Okay, let's jump on to the next.